Why the slowdown? What do you see in the rest of this year that is causing you to be concerned that current trends are not sustainable?
I'm not 100% sure that that would be accurate. I mean, we seem cautiously optimistic about the back part of the year. You know, there are things that we can't control. Is there going to be a second outbreak of COVID? That could definitely affect us. We don't really understand how the elections will affect us. But what we have seen is very strong trends online with our global consumer, both domestically and internationally. And we think that that has a good possibility of continuing through the back part of the year.
I mean, we just target into the third quarter revenue. It did seem to say that you were looking for net revenue to decline to low single digits, to flat, right? So if we just look at it from that point of view, how much of it has to do with stimulus from D.C.? We've been waiting for sort of a re-up of the PPP that hasn't happened. How does that play into this particular forecast?
I don't think it really does. What we're seeing is that we have a uniform business to business. That was dominated by transport. So American and Delta are big clients of ours, and we see a slowdown there. But when it gets to our e-commerce business with the direct-to-consumer, we don't see a slowdown. We're actually expecting to have low double-digit increases in that part of the business.
Do you still need bricks and mortar? Do you still need physical locations?
Now, I would tell you, before COVID started, we were very pleased with opening up our own stores. We have 31 today, but it only represents about 4% of our business. We saw them as customer service centers. Our customers wanted to come in, interact with the brand, buy something, bring something back or that they bought online, send something to one of their cousins. So we saw that really as a customer service for our customers. But since COVID's come online, we see traffic in the stores down 40–45% from a year ago. And I'm not sure when that's going to come back. We're thinking that the trends that we see right now with more and more people buying online, being happy to buy online and getting used to it, we see those trends continuing. So I think brick and mortar retailing is going to be a question mark going forward, and how much money we'll put into that. We don't see a reason to put a lot of capital into that at this point in time.
How do you manage your inventory right now? What's that like?
It was interesting. You know, our business was pretty robust before COVID hit. And as we were coming into 2020, we thought, oh, well, there's this disease in China, so maybe that's going to negatively affect your supply chain. So we went from supply chain worrying to consumer worrying in March when everyone was sent home and demand slowed down. And then through April and May into the summer, we really pivoted and we're buying more product for the holiday season and going back to our factories to redo our forecast because we saw demand pick up so much.
That's interesting.
What does back to school look like?
Back to school is going to be more drawn out this year. Normally the selling period for back to school is about 8 to 10 weeks maximum. We also have a big school uniform business at that point in time as well. And July was extremely slow with back to school. But what we've seen since the parents have gotten better clarity with what school systems are going to be doing, we've seen sequential improvement going into third quarter. And we just expect that time period is going to be lengthened as people get more and more clarity and changes occur.
Is there anything fundamentally that you mentioned sort of the presence of brick and mortar stores. Is there anything else that you're fundamentally thinking of, a strategic shift in the business sort of after COVID?
Well, one of the things that we've been pursuing is going into third-party marketplaces. You know, up until a year ago, you could only buy Lands End product either in Lands End stores or online at our website. We've gone into Amazon, we're going into Kohl's this month, and we look to expand our distribution network going forward. But we do see a big demand continuing for online. So I think, you know, your customer is going to get used to shopping from home as they're working from home.
Jerome, just back to the financials. You've got a big debt rollover, debt maturity coming up. When is it? April next year?
Yes.
Are you on track to get that sorted out? Can you give us some details as to how that's going to happen?
Yes, we are. We've already upped our ABL facility from $200 to $275 million, which will be about half of what we'll end up borrowing. We'll do another $275 million on term loan, and we expect to have that closed by the end of the third quarter.